Hello YouTube. This is going to be a tutorial slash kind of walkthrough solve of how to solve a mirror blocks blindfolded. Sorry for any background noises. So basically, to be able to do this, you do not need to know how to solve just the standard 3x3 blindfolded, as you're not memorizing anything, just a couple little features about it before. So basically the thing about the mirror blocks that allows you to do this is because you're solving with shapes, so you can feel that this isn't solved and slowly work it out. Now, before we start, there's just one thing you gotta note about the cube that I think is the most important, and that's that every single one of these faces are slightly farther apart than others, or closer in, so there's no side that's the same. And basically, we're going to be solving with this big side on bottom and this little side on top, because they're the biggest difference. It'd be really tough to kind of feel the difference between this side and this side. So by this way, we have the biggest difference to go off of. Now, in this tutorial, I'm actually going to be blindfolded to kind of give it a sense of the thought process while doing this, because it's mostly about thought process, not really about the actual algorithms, because you should know how to solve a Rubik's Cube, obviously, and be able to do it without looking at the algorithms. So, blindfold on. So, you just gotta scramble the cube. Alright, so to make it slightly, more of a challenge, I've never seen what this scramble looks like. So, yeah. So basically, you're given this scrambled readjust the camera angle just to make sure it doesn't do that angle. Anyways, a scrambled mirror blocks. So the first thing we need to do when given a scrambled mirror blocks with the blindfold on is to find the orientation. You want to orient the cube so you know which way is up and down. And as you recall, we're having the big slice on bottom, little slice on top. So the way I do this is I kind of feel for centerpieces. So I feel this centerpiece kind of sticks out a bit, and then if I put it on the table, nothing else sticks out farther than it. So I'll turn and feel, is there anything that sticks up higher than this centerpiece? And you kind of do a few turns, and if you find that indeed something does, as you can see here, or feel here, I guess, something has. So this is not the tallest side, so feel until I think I've seen feel a bigger side, and you can see right here, or feel, I guess, that there's a piece right here that's wider, so you kind of just need to go around until eventually this looks like probably going to be it. And you just do this test. So you kind of feel, no, maybe that was a corner earlier that was like that. You kind of got to be careful. Yeah, this is it. So basically now, I felt back here that there's this edge, and it's as high as it, so it's definitely, and they basically match it up, kind of standard, and then you feel for any real big edge. So, maybe this is big edge. I feel it's not really matching up here, but it is matching up here, so I can just bring this down, and as you can see, hopefully it's in frame, sorry, that you got that. It's this kind of bar here, and you keep going. So, yeah. You can feel that it doesn't match up all the way here, so it must match up on this side. Bring it down. But it falls short here, as I can feel, so that's not it. Basically just go around. You kind of have to, a little bit of trial and error. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that piece was the right one. You just feel for any piece that seems relatively skinny and longer. So feel, does that match up? I think it does. Bring it down, so that should be the cross. So now, basically just want to feel for big corners, because there's only big corners. So that's a thin. You can feel it's thin, so that's probably not one of them. And you got a big corner down here, so we'll just kind of get this into position. You basically look, there's kind of the biggest slot here. Bring that down. Yes. And I look for another corner here that just isn't thin. So this is not thin enough to be on the layer, so it might go here. Feel, no. Maybe this slot. And you kind of just got to get a mental image of this. So, no. Maybe you got to do it again, no. Is it? Yeah, it should fit in here somewhere. Just gotta roll up. There we go. There we go. So now I got these two in here. So it's starting to come together. Find the next big corner. That feels like it. No. Yeah, it's just a lot of feeling around. Alright, so I can feel that. Is this a corner? No. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Yeah, I'm kind of not feeling where the corner is. It probably must be kind of frustrating watching this video, but it's basically, you just go through, and I see this one feels wider than, this little thin section. So I'll try it on this side, and it fits. And then I'll kind of go feel. Oh, it seems like maybe. Nope. Okay. Alright. There we go. Okay. So now it's onto the edges. And the edges is the bottom edges here. It's pretty simple. You basically just feel here, and then when you feel a bigger one, you match it up to where this is flush, so you kind of feel flush, and then you kind of just judge it. You're like, okay, this is thicker, this is kind of a smaller slot, this one, and then you can try maybe this side, and then you don't have to go any farther than here. If you can feel here it doesn't match, you just undo it, and then try it on the other side, and pair it up, and then if you feel, yes, it does fit here, then you bring it in. And you basically just go through this process, okay, and you feel this edge right here until it matches up, and I feel, okay, this is a much bigger slot, this is a smaller one, so it's probably going to fit in here. Then I feel this corner edge, yes, it does fit, and then I insert it. And you just go through that. Just basically do that general thing over and over again. I feel another big edge, bring it here, and if you feel this one's solved, then obviously it's this one, and or to the left, right, in this case. Feel match, just every time I do that, just in case, 'cause it's kind of annoying to do a bunch of stuff blindfolded. And then basically, yep, and then obviously to the right this time, feel, matches up, yes, and insert it. Okay, so now it is on to the last layer. You can feel to make sure that the cube is on its way and it's looking good, feeling good, sorry. And basically now I can feel that there's an L here, so I'll flip it, do the algorithm, and basically the way you can tell is if you can put your finger right like that and there's nothing in its way, and that's good. And now it's basically just a lot of kind of rotating this layer until you feel that, a couple of these faces are flat. So this one's flat, that one's not flat, this one's flat, so do that. Whoa, this one's not flat. Yeah, it's just a lot of slowly kind of tinkering with this layer. So I can feel these two are flat. So you put it in that corner. This is beginner's method, by the way, in case you were wondering. Because, yeah, I mean, that would be quite difficult to come up with cases. Alright, so now the cross and top layer is solved. So now is kind of the most sort of strange step. Now you gotta kind of, oh God, how do I explain this? You gotta feel which corners are in the right place. Judging just by kind of the space they take, and kind of like feel, okay, if this one was to be rotated so it was flat, it would stick out this way, so you know that it's not going to be that one. So right now I feel that none of them, so I'm just going to do the little algorithm. I feel this one's not in the right place, this one's not in the right place, this one's in the right place, and obviously, or maybe this one isn't in the right place, this one's in the right place. I think so. Don't be stubborn to anything on this. So yeah, that seems good. That seems good. And that one's already oriented. Basically, yeah, for sure. So now you just sort of go doing the rotation of the corners. You can do this on the top or bottom. It obviously doesn't matter. Feel until it's solved. Go, 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 go. No. Keep going. Feel, yes. I know from the others that it's going to be like that. Make sure everything's lined up. Take the blindfold off, and voila. A 13-minute solve, Jesus. But yeah, that's just a kind of walkthrough solve of Square One Mirror Blocks blindfolded. It's pretty fun to do. It's just an interesting little challenge. Not too difficult, just give it some time, and I just kind of developed a couple little techniques that I found it to make it a bit easier. Just thought I'd share them. So yeah, that's Mirror Blocks blindfolded. Recommend having a good Mirror Blocks because it's quite a lot of trial and error, and the Xingqiao one is ridiculously good for one of these odd puzzles. So yeah, thanks for watching.